Good evening, Business 630 corporate finance students. This is Professor Hassey, Professor Rick Hassey, coming to you live and in color from Claremont, California, as we begin our 8-week Fall 2 session course on corporate finance. We'll be meeting like this every Monday and Friday via video lectures that I will post every Monday and Friday throughout the 8 weeks of our course. And some weeks I might even post more than 2 videos. But remember, this is an asynchronous course, meaning it's entirely online. There's no meeting sessions, required meeting sessions. All the work will be relayed to you via Blackboard through these lecture videos. And tonight's video is an introduction video to our course. Today's date is Monday, October 24th, and we begin our studies. So I welcome you all. Advanced Finance. If any of you are just beginning your MBA studies at the University of Laverne, one of the most important classes you have, and I'm not just saying that because I'm teaching it and have taught it for over 20 years, but one of the most important classes you have is corporate finance. Here it is right here, where does the cash come from to run company businesses? Without this cash, or what we call capital, businesses cannot exist. Marketing, product distribution, customer relations, accounting, HR, without the cash, we're out of luck. So corporate finance is a key to understanding your key strategic decision making of an MBA program. So welcome. Our class is designed to determine and to look at examples of strategic thinking in corporate finance. Our first topic this week is to review risk and return. One of the greatest issues of corporate finance is to maximize shareholder value. Maximize the value to the investors of your business. Well, who are the investors of your business? It's called capital structure. People who lend you money, both short-term and long-term. People who invest in your company in equity. Stockholders, common stockholders, hedge funds, private investor groups, capital management organizations. Those are your investors, and you want to maximize their return, because if you give them their money back and maximize the return in their investment, they're going to keep you employed as running the company. They're going to be happy with your performance. This class is designed as how do we maximize that shareholder value? And to understand that basic technique is, first of all, what are the risk and return of a corporation? And that's our topic of chapter 6. You have a discussion post this week due October 30th, Sunday. All assessed work is due every Sunday evening. Now, some weeks you won't have, excuse me, any work to be posted, but this week you do. Our class week goes from Monday to Sunday, and we begin a new week every Monday. Every week we have an agenda. This agenda is posted in the weekly file folder in Blackboard. This week's agenda is to basically introduce the course. Have you get familiar with Blackboard? Have you get familiar with the course plan and schedule? The best thing about being successful in online study is to get engaged in the class as quickly as possible. Get engaged with your instructor. Every instructor has different ways of teaching online. My way happens to be the best. But you need to get used to that and engage with that as quickly as possible. That means no dilly-dallying this first week. 8 weeks is a very short time to study a lot of material. As you take a look at our course schedule, we have to cover many chapters and a lot of material. So we cannot afford any wasted time. You cannot afford any wasted time in your studying and preparation for this class. One of the reasons we have student hours every Thursday night from 6 to 8 o'clock via Zoom. If you feel like you're getting behind, If you can't manage the class, I'm there to help you. In the second week of our class, we'll be having individual appointment schedules with me where we'll get together for 5 or 10 minutes, every student individually with me, to talk about the course, make sure you understand what's going on. Ask me any concerns you might have about the schedule or material. That's during week 2, and I'll post more of that, talk about that in our Friday video of this week. So let's take a look at the infrastructure of our course. One of the first places you should look at in some detail this first week is understand what our course syllabus is all about. Look for the key points of getting in touch with me. Look for the areas of what the class is all about. Look for our important dates during the course of our 8 weeks. This is a key to getting engaged quickly in online learning. My name is Richard, or Rick Hassey. There's my cell phone number where you can text me, and there's my email address. If you need extra time completing assignments, I have no problem. It does not affect your grade whatsoever. I know all of you are very busy. This 8 weeks can be a struggle trying to meet all the deadlines. If you need an extra day or two to post work after a Sunday, just send me a text, send me an email, and let me know what you need, and we'll work it out. It's not a problem. Extra time is available. Extensions are available. We have, as I said earlier, student hours every Thursday night. I'm online from 6 to 8 p.m. You just click on this link and you can meet me in my office here in Claremont. Ask me any questions. Talk to me about any concerns you have. Also, I'm available on the weekends if you want to schedule an appointment with me. We can get together at your convenience. Just give me a day or two warning and we can hook up over the weekend. Our internet sources are our Blackboard, Wall Street Journal, but more importantly, we have a YouTube playlist for this Business 630 class. Click on this link and we have a playlist of videos that will help you understand the material better. Here's our playlist for this Fall 2 session. Definitions, examples of topics that we'll be studying, all kinds of videos to help you as backup to the material posted in Blackboard. And many of these videos are also in Blackboard as well. But you can come on to the site at your convenience and look at videos, your lunchtime, when you're having it from free time, put on the headphones and take a look at some of the videos here. It can help you immensely to understand the material of our class, our Business 630 Fall 2 playlist in YouTube. A key. Also in our syllabus, let me go back to it, sorry. Oh, there's, looking scary this evening on this Monday evening. It's trick or treat week. That's why I look scary. It's Halloween week. Woo. Back to our syllabus there it is. So there are important links, and then a description of our course objectives. One of the reasons you're in an MBA program, I assume, is to get skills in making management strategic decisions. That's the purpose of MBA study, to be able to assess data, assess information, understand information, and then make strategic decisions to manage your people, to manage the strategies of your company. That's what MBA study is all about. We'll be doing spreadsheets. We'll be doing PowerPoints. We'll be doing papers, all in the format of case studies, where I give you a situation, you are to assess it and explain it in a particular format. Explain it to me in a spreadsheet. Show me a PowerPoint presentation. Prepare it in an APA format paper. One of the things I have found throughout my career is that many people are very smart. They know how to find information, but presenting that information, being able to describe what you found and where you're going, That can be very difficult for some people. That's why we take a look at different ways or different platforms of presenting data in our case studies. Spreadsheet, PowerPoint. At this level of corporate finance, advanced corporate finance, you should be able to handle all these platforms. If you have difficulty using a spreadsheet, if you have difficulty using a PowerPoint, if you do not know what an APA format is, let me know and we can help you with that. Our textbook is optional. It's the 16th edition of Financial Management Theory and Practice. All the textbook chapters are described in each of the weekly file folders. I give you PowerPoints of the chapter. You do not need to purchase a textbook. If you want to purchase a textbook, go right ahead. If that makes it more comfortable for you to study and review, please do, but it's not necessary for this class. Our course is made up of 3 areas of assessment. We will have 3 case studies, we will have a case paper, and we will have various discussion posts, of which one is this week in our course. The case studies and the case paper are specific corporate issues, corporate research, corporate review, and you are to interpret it and comment on it. One case study is a paper, APA format. One case study is a spreadsheet. One case study is a PowerPoint presentation. Different ways of viewing and experiencing and showing and presenting information and strategic decision making. There's an explanation of some of our work. Academic honesty is very important in online education. Why? Because you're on your own. There is no group work in this class, no group work. Everybody is individually preparing and posting their assessments. If you use information that does not come from your head, you have to reference it, source it in your explanation and in your case studies. Where did the data come from if it did not come from your head? I have no problem. It's a little bit more difficult in online education, but I have no problem with you getting into study groups. A lot of students use Zoom and technology to get into study groups and talk about cases, help each other. I have no problem with that, as long as you use that as a reference source in your case information that you studied and got this information from a study group. I have no problem in that whatsoever, as long as you indicate it in your reference section of your material. Student responsibilities, my responsibilities, visions, blah, 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 paid political announcements. One of the key things about being a student at the University of La Verne, even if you're online, in a classroom, in a remote setting, wherever, is you have a variety of services and information available to you. Counseling, tutoring, academic success center, anything you need as far as help in anything. It doesn't have to be corporate finance. That is available to you as a student, even though it's an online student, no problem. You're entitled to this information. And if you need help, there's additional data in the Blackboard that I'll show you to help you with that. Here is very important. You should cut this out, print it, whatever, put it in your calendar. These are the important dates of assessments and dates of completing our Fall 2 session Corporate Finance Business 630 course. The dates then where our discussion post is due, our first case study, our second case study, our third case study, our course assessment paper, course evaluations, which I hope you will do, and the final grade posted by Thursday, December 22nd. These are all dates that it's my responsibility to make sure you get your grades as quickly as possible, and you always know where you stand in this class. And then our course schedule, split into a couple of areas. Online or in-class activity that you need to study and review on your own, and then the activity or the assessed activity of the class all in yellow where you have what you have to do as far as grading and assessed work throughout our class. We will have a couple of articles to read. We'll have some research to do. You're going to pick in your discussion forum tonight a company that you would like to show some interest during the time of our course. You'll be doing some financial statement analysis, some credit analysis of that company throughout our class. So please take the time to review your discussion or your course syllabus. Very important. And then our Blackboard site. I can't tell you how valuable it is to learn in an online format. And many of you have taken online before, you know what I'm talking about. Notice I use the old school way of Blackboard. I don't use the ultra version as some of you know what I'm talking about. This is the old school way. I prefer that way. Every professor has their own methods and a way of teaching online. I try to make mine as simple and basic as possible, knowing that we all come from different backgrounds as far as our time availabilities. Many of us are taking care of families. Many of us are traveling. Many of us are dealing with personal issues as far as health and family issues. Many of us are taking multiple courses. Many of us have limited technology resources. Please, this course is designed to keep it as basic and simple as possible so you can concentrate on learning. Get to know these sections and these items on the left-hand side of your Blackboard. Also, more importantly, here's the report card. Your grades will be posted here, and your cumulative average in the course will always be here. Check this after every assessment, where you stand in class, what's your grade average. You just click on that grade and it'll give you the background and the details of how that grade was calculated. Many times in the case studies, I will give you a rubric. A rubric is how I'll be grading the time. Pay attention to that. Study that your study for that case study. Try to understand what I'm looking for in the work. And get to know this first week all these areas of our class. We have a course syllabus, calendar, information. Here's that course important dates. Here's our schedule. Here's our syllabus, both a PDF and a Word version via email. Here's a topic or a file called University Information. It gives you all kinds of data about where to find tutoring. This is part of this information is in our syllabus, but this is a one-stop shop where you can see all the services available to you as a University of La Verne student. Take advantage of that, please. It can help. Also underneath that is tech support. Many of us at some time lose our password, or we're having trouble accessing information. If you don't want to come to me for help, here's academic technology support. Our service desk, the hours of the service desk, the phone number of the service desk, the link to the service desk. If you need to reset your password, if you're having Blackboard issues, if you're having computer issues, these people can help you 24 or not 24 hours a day, but for much of the day. Take advantage of that. Also in the course information section is a little yours truly, your professor. My stars, please. That's not a bad picture of me. Where'd that come from? Okay. Course links, Yahoo Finance, Wall Street Journal, CNBC. There's our YouTube site. LinkedIn. Many students use LinkedIn. There's my LinkedIn site if you need a good place to look, keep your network of information. I post a lot of business-related network things to that LinkedIn site. So please, that's our student information file. Whenever I send you an email, it's posted to the announcement section. You'll get an email later on this evening, Monday, October 24th, with a link to this video. Next is our course materials. You click on this link. Here's the digital version of our textbook. How about that? You can click on this. You don't need to buy it. You click on this and you can get some information and a digital version of our textbook. Not a bad deal. You don't need to buy the book. Underneath that is our Zoom and YouTube links. Here's a video about how to access library services. We're going to be using D&B Hoover's database from the library. Here's a video explaining how to use it. Here's a link again to our student hours. Every video that I produce in this class will be posted to this Zoom and YouTube links file folder. The next file folder, library guides. You're going to be doing a lot of research, researching companies, researching markets, strategic decision making. We're going to be using D&B Hoovers. Here's an important person to get to know as being an online student, Linda Gordon. She's our library representative in the Wilson Library at the University of Laverne, in charge of our course, Corporate Finance. Linda Gordon. Phone number. You can book an appointment with her online. You can email her. If you're having questions about research, about getting and finding data, she's the person to talk to. Oops. So, course information, announcements, our textbook, digital version, Zoom and YouTube links, and library guides. All sources of information to help you that you will need throughout these 8 weeks. Here's the student discussion forum. This is what you need to do for this week. You need to create a forum and give 2 parts. One part is give me a little biography about yourself. Tell me about yourself, where you work, what's your family. You don't have to be specific, just the general information. How did you pick Laverne MBA program? Why are you here? Just give us a couple of explanation about yourself. And remember, the discussion forum has access by all our students in this. The second is explain to me and pick a company from the Fortune 500. Hopefully you all know what the Fortune 500 is. And pick a company that you would like to follow throughout the course of our 8 weeks. Let's say you like Nike. Let's say you drink a lot of Budweiser. Let's say you enjoy television, Disney, ESPN. Pick a company that you would like to follow during the course of our class. And in our various case studies, you will be doing some work in doing real world research about this company. Again, in this posting in the discussion forum, explain just briefly why you choose this company and find the firm's current beta in the market. This refers to chapter 6 of our risk and return study this week. What is the current beta in the market? See if you can get that. So what you need to do is just click on this forum. And as you can see, I've already posted a sample post. There's a bio about myself. I selected Apple Computer. I kept it very simple. I enjoy Apple's products, want to analyze their financials. And I didn't put in the beta of Apple. I want you to find that. And Yahoo Finance can be a good source, quick and easy to find the beta of a company. So that's the sample of what I expect from you this first week. I want you to create your own forum in your name and give me a bio. And looks like, see, we have a student here, Adam Baker, who's already done that this afternoon. So I'd like you to do that. And this work is due on by Sunday, October 30th. That's our assessed work for this week in the student discussion forum. Also in the discussion forum every week, there's student questions and comments. If you have any issues that you'd like to for me to find out. I check on this every evening, and I will answer your questions, take your comments. We will be doing this every week if you make that available for you. And then we get to the individual week's work. Every week in each individual forum, you'll see the learning assignments for the week, what we'll be talking about. If it's in red, it's a graded post. It's part of your grade. This week we have the student bio and company selection. Again, our agenda, you've already seen that. And again, necessary, here's a PowerPoint lecture for this first week, and I will be talking about this and reviewing this in my Friday video. Here's a nice article that would be advisable for you to read about the state of the current financial markets. It's a little old, but boy, it's up to date these days. Here's a video explaining risk and return. All you do is click on watch video, and you can watch the video right from your desktop. Pretty neat. And here's the information from our chapters, the PowerPoint of the chapter, and some additional videos about the chapter topics. All kinds of information to help you. So as you can see, you don't really need the textbook. All this information is provided for you in Blackboard. And every week, there's week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, and week 8. All has been mapped out. Naturally, I'll make additions to this and add to it during the course of our class discussions. But every week is now set up where you can see a good version of what we're going to be studying and reviewing throughout these next 8 weeks. So there you have it. Your job is to get up to speed quickly and find out what this course is about. What's the infrastructure? What are your demands and when are the assessment dates? That's your job to do this first week. And then on Friday, I will give a little lecture video updating the topics for this week, Chapter 6, Risk and Return, and talk a little bit more about the topics of our course that we're going to study. Remember, this is advanced finance. It comes quick, a lot of strategic decision making. I assume most of you know how to put together a spreadsheet. I assume most of you know what a balance sheet is, an income statement, and a statement of cash flow. I assume you already know what we mean by net present value, internal rate of return. I assume what you already know about an initial public offering, about a debt instrument called a bond. I assume that you already know about the basics of business finance. Now we're going to be taking those basics and use that in strategic decision making in our course. That's our mission this next 8 weeks. So I look forward to working with you all. Again, I'll be back in your living rooms or in your desk or in your offices by, again, this Friday. I look forward to working with you all. Thank you very much for including me in your studying and your academic career this fall 2 session. And I look forward to the next 8 weeks. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again on Friday. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Until Friday, adios.